Class 8, now let us continue the same story, that is the last leaf, where I told you that there were two friends, Johnsy and Sue. Okay, Johnsy was suffering from that you could come to know that Johnsy was suffering from pneumonia and Sue was doing all her best to make her comfortable. Now let's start the another one, the remaining part of the story. Okay, Sue found him in his dark room. As I told you that Sue went to Behrman, okay, a painter who could treat Johnsy well. Okay, she told him about Johnsy and leaves on the vine. Now, when she went to Behrman, she told him about whom? Johnsy and Sue, and about the falling leaves also. What he cried, it means he shouted, "Are there such fools? Do people die because leaves drop off a tree? I have not heard of such a thing. Why do you allow her to think such a thing? That poor little Johnsy." Okay. "She is very sick and weak," said Sue. The sickness had put this strange ideas into her mind. "Why she is thinking like this?" Sue said. "Because she is suffering from what? Pneumonia. That's why she is thinking like this." She wanted to see even the falling leaves. But after the beating rain and wild wind that had not stopped through the whole night, there still was one leaf to be seen against the wall. It was the last on the tree. And Johnsy and Sue, they both started seeing the falling leaves. And they saw that all the leaves had fallen from the tree, but one leaf is still remaining. Sue took the cover from the window. But after the beating rain and wild wind that had not stopped through the whole night, there was still one leaf to be seen against the wall. "It is the last one," said Johnsy. Even Johnsy was waiting for the last one to fall. And she had this thought that she would also die after the falling of the last leaf. "I thought it would surely fall during the night. I heard the wind. It will fall today, and I shall die at the same time." "Dear, dear Johnsy," said Sue, "think of me. If you won't think of yourself, what would I do?" But Johnsy did not answer. Now, Sue was trying to make Johnsy comfortable. She said that if you are not thinking about yourself, please think about me. Take care of me. Okay, I also live because of you. I am living because of you. We two are the best friends, so we should not, go against each other. But Johnsy did not answer. The day slowly passed. As it grew dark, they could still see the leaf hanging from its branch against the wall. Now, what she said that now they had passed. They are just continuously seeing outside the window, but they did not see that the last leaf was still there. It was still hanging on the tree. It means there was a silver lining. As I have told you in the beginning that every cloud has silver lining. When it light now enough to next room, Johnsy said again, now commanded that she allowed to see the leaf was still there. Then the night passed, and the next morning Johnsy requested Sue to see the last leaf, but they found that still the last leaf there only. Johnsy lay for a long time looking at it, and then she called to see Sue, who was cooking something for her to eat. And Johnsy also saw that in spite of wind, in spite of storm and rain, heavy rain, the last leaf is still there. So she called Sue. "I have been a bad girl, Sue," said Johnsy. "Something has made that last leaf stay there to show me how bad I was. I'll try to eat now, but first bring me a looking glass so that I can see myself, and then I'll sit up and watch you cook." Now, that last leaf had given a hope, a courage, a confidence to Johnsy. Okay, and she called Sue and said her that the last leaf is still there in spite of heavy rain. It means it is giving me a signal to live, to survive. Now please give me something to eat, but before that I want you to bring me a looking glass, my spectacles, okay, so that I could see how you cook. An hour later, she said, Sue, somebody I hope to paint the Bay of Naples. It was her hope, it was her wish. The doctor came in the afternoon. The chances are good, said the doctor. There is a courage now, there is a hope of survival. The doctor has said that now there is a hope of survival. He took Sue's thin, shaking hand in his. Give her good care and she will get well. And now I must see another sick person in the house. His name is Behrman, a painter. I believe pneumonia too. Unfortunately, there is no hope for him, but we take him to the hospital today. We will make it as easy for him we can. Now what happened when the doctor informed that Johnsy will be all right, because now she has got the courage to live. But I have found that before I was examining you, I have found that Behrman, he has fallen sick because of pneumonia and there is no hope of his survival. Now he will be no more. But though there is no hope of his survival, and we are taking him to the hospital. The next day the doctor said to Sue, she is safe, you have done it, food and care now, that's all. And afternoon Sue came to bed where Johnsy lay. She put one arm around her. Means they both were so happy. I have something to tell you, she said. Mr. Behrman died of pneumonia today in the hospital. He was ill only 2 days. Now Sue had informed Johnsy that Behrman had been, expired because of pneumonia and he had been ill for 2 days only. Someone found him on the morning of the first day in his room. He was helpless with pain. His shoes and his clothes were wet, as cold as ice. Everyone wondered where he had been. The night had been so cold and wild, and then they found something there. There was a light that he had taken outside, and there were his material for painting. There was a paint, green paint and yellow paint. And look out the window there at the last leaf on the wall. Didn't you wonder why it never removed when the wind was blowing? Oh my dear, it's Behrman's great masterpiece. You know the meaning of masterpiece? The most celebrated work of an artist. The work which requires a lot of effort. The great work of art, the great skill of art. The greatest work. The beautiful work, extraordinary. He painted it there the last night that last leaf fell. Now have you come to know about the story, the last ending part of the story, why Johnsy was able to live? Because the last leaf which Johnsy was seeing outside the window, as it was not falling, it was not a real leaf. It was the masterpiece, it was the piece of art which Behrman had made for Johnsy, and it was appearing as if the real leaf of the tree. When Johnsy saw that leaf, that still, in spite of heavy rain, storm, wind, the leaf is still there. That leaf had given courage to her, that when the leaf could survive, then why couldn't I? And this thought had given her the courage, the confidence, the willpower to live. So that is called the last leaf. Means the last leaf which had given a ray of hope to whom? To Johnsy. So this was the story of whom? Friendship, sacrifice. Sacrifice done by Behrman in order to save Johnsy's life. Friendship between Johnsy and Sue, as they cared for each other. And out of them we should appreciate the role of whom? Sue, who had done really a wonderful job in order to save whose life? Johnsy's life. So that was the story. Let us discuss the question answers also. Take the correct option. You have to take the best option answer. The two adjectives that narrator used to introduce Johnsy are lean and quiet, thin and quiet, thin and loud. You should know. Now you have to do all the question answers yourself. Clear? Do the best answer. And if you have any problem, please mail to me. You have my mail ID also, and with this try to do the question answers yourself. As If you could read the stories well, you can very well answer the questions. Clear, children? So that's all for today.